Hello people, welcome to another tutorial. My name is Agnes. In today's tutorial, I'll show you how I made this granny square top. I've been crocheting for about 4 years now, and this was my first ever granny square. Like, I have done the granny stitch before, but never a granny square, which is a basic, like, every crocheter should know how to make a granny square, but I had never attempted one, so I decided to attempt one finally, and I made this top. I love it. It's a cool summer top. The colors are amazing, they look amazing, and yeah, so I hope you like it and you will be able to recreate it in any size using any type of yarn that you have. I paired it with trousers and then with this skirt that will be in the next tutorial. So if you want to make this skirt too, be sure to subscribe. And yeah, so let's get right into the tutorial. This is what I will be using. I'm going to be using a 3.5 millimeter hook size, but you can use a hook size that is recommended on your yarn. For the yarn, I'm using different types of yarn and I'm using 5 colors. So I'm using all these. It's yarn I've used before. So this is milk cotton, as well as the white is milk cotton yarn, and these 3 are all acrylic yarn. So it is size 3 yarn, and you can use any other yarn you have. So to begin with, we'll start with making this granny square. According to your size, your bust size, it will be bigger or smaller than mine. So for me, from corner to corner, I have about 6 inches. Yeah, I have about 6 inches, and side to side, I have about 4.8 inches. Okay, so also this size about 4.8. So it could be a row bigger, 2 rows bigger or smaller, depending on your size. All right, so we are going to start with a granny square. So we will start with a slip knot. This is how I make my slip knot. I chain 1 and then pull. And we are going to make 3 chains, 3 chains. And we want to join these chains, so we're going to slip stitch in the very first chain like this. Make sure there's a bit of a circle there like this, and we are going to be working inside this circle. So you will chain 3. This chain 3 counts as a stitch, so I'll go in and make a double crochet in that circle. Make a double crochet. So this is my second stitch, and I want to make 3 double crochets. So this is going to be my 3rd double crochet, since the chain 2 counts as a stitch. Okay, then I'm going to chain 2 and then make another cluster of 3 double crochets in that very same circle. So I'm weaving in my yarn as I work. So this is my 1st, 2nd double crochet, and then my 3rd double crochet. So we have 2 clusters now. Then chain 2, you can pull your stitches backwards so that you have space. Then I'm going to make my 3rd cluster by making 3 double crochets in that same circle. And 3. And then we're going to chain 2 and make our 4th cluster. We want 4 clusters. So chain 2 and make our 4th cluster here, which contains of 3 double crochets. So push your yarn behind, your stitches behind, so that you're able to get space. And once we are done, we close this off with two chains, because we need to have also 4 chains. And close it off with a slip stitch. Not 4 chains, but 4 chain spaces. Make sure you have 2 loops in there and then slip stitch. So that is our first round. Okay, now I want to change color. So I'm going to chain 1, cut this off and weave it in, because I don't want to weave it in later. So if you want a single color, just don't cut, just continue with the second row. So I will just weave in this in the back loop like this, a few more stitches backwards. We will work over this so it doesn't show, and then just that's enough. Then just go forward with one or two, and once I cut this off, then it will be secure. All right, so I want to change colors and put a different color, and I'm going with this green color. Is it? No, it's blue. It's actually blue. Okay, so we will turn our work. We are always going to turn our work after every round. So I'll just go into one of these chain spaces and reattach my yarn, and then chain 3. So that was 1. For reattaching also counts 1, 2, and 3 chains. And now we are going to work again with the double crochet clusters. So that is 3. The chain 3 counts as a stitch. Okay, in this space we're only working in the chain spaces, so I'm going to go all the way to the next chain space, and this will be our corners. So for every corner we are going to be working 3 double crochets, then we chain 2 and make 3 double crochets in that same space. So this is 3, and then chain 2 and go into that same chain space and crochet 3 double crochets. So at every corner we have a cluster, a chain 2, and then a cluster. So you don't go straight to the next one, but you go into that very same space, otherwise it will I don't know, will be something different. Okay, so every corner 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets. Okay, now we're going to the next corner. So here you don't make any chain, you just go straight to the next corner and you make 3 double crochets, and then chain 2. In that very same chain space you are going to make another 3 double crochets. And then now you're going to go straight to the next chain, straight to the next chain space and make another cluster. So 3 double crochets, then chain 2 because we are on the corners, and then make another 3 double crochets in that very same space. And since we only started with 3 double crochets here and we need a cluster, another cluster, so you'll go into that very same space, make 3 double crochets because we already have 3 double crochets there. So you'll make 3 double crochets, then chain 2 and join. Don't forget to chain 2. So I'm going to chain 2 here and join on top of the chain 3. So go on top of the chain 3, join with a slip stitch, and we are done with our round. So I will need to change color, chain 1 and pull the yarn. I'm going to weave it in, and then we go to the next color. All right, so we have to turn our work. So turn your work, and now we are going to work another color. So my next color is going to be orange. So reattach it in any chain space in the corner, and we are going to make 3 chains. So this is 1, 2, and 3. So that's our first double crochet, and I'm going to go in with 2 more double crochets. So 2 more double crochets, and next is we have this space here. We have the corners and then we have the sides. The spaces in the sides, you're only going to work 3 double crochets in those spaces. And now we are going to the corner for the corner we work three double crochets, chain 2, and then 3 double crochets. So 3, chain 2, and then I work another 3 double crochets in there. And now we are going to the side, so I'll go in this space on the side and make 3 double crochets. Next is a corner, so I'll make 3 double crochets and then continue. So go just repeating the same thing. I'm at the end and I'll make 3 double crochets in here and then chain 2 to close it off. Okay, I just realized I didn't chain a 2. That is a very big mistake. Don't do that. I totally forgot to chain 2, but you are supposed to chain 2. Don't be like me. That is not how it's supposed to be done. You are supposed to chain a 2 in there. There should be a chain space, and I think I just forgot. And I'm seeing this for the first time. I continue to work on this and I never realized. But don't be like me, don't be like Agnes, chain a 2, otherwise your work will not really look good. Okay, so I want to cut this off because then I go to the next color. Okay, don't forget the chain 2, people, don't. So I'm going to use brown, so turn your work, go into the corner, and I'll go into this chain space right here and chain 3 and then make my 3 double crochets. Chain 3 counts as a stitch already, so I'll make extra 2 and go into these side spaces. Now I have 2 side spaces, so I'll go in with 3 double crochets, then go straight to the next side space here and make 3 double crochets. And now I'm going into the corner where I forgot to chain 3, and I'll just squeeze in here, which makes it difficult if you don't chain 3. So chain 2 and I'll make another cluster in that same squeezed space because I forgot to make a chain. But it eventually worked out. So just continue doing the same all the way around. On the side spaces, chain spaces, we are making 3 double crochets in each chain space, and on the corners we make just like that. All right, so I'm coming to the end and I did not forget to chain 2 here. So chain 2 and close it off with a slip stitch. Chain 1, cut your yarn, and I am going to the next color. You don't have to use all these colors. It's just by choice, really. So my next one is going to be white. Okay. So let me just sew this one in and then come put the white. So turn your work upside down and we are now going to the next row. And this, I'm using the milk cotton. There's a way the milk cotton looks better than the acrylic with this, really. So just reattach my yarn and chain 3. So that's already 1. So 2 and 3, and then make 2 double crochets to make it 3 in that chain space. And then go into the next side space and make 3 double crochets. Go into the next side space, make 3 double crochets. And into the next side space, make 3 double crochets. And then we are going into the corner. So you're just going to go around. You already know how this works. So in the corner we make 3 double crochets, then chain 2, and then 3 double crochets. So go all around and I'll meet you once I'm done. Okay, so I'm coming to the end and I'm going to chain 2. Wait a minute, I'm not forgetting again. Okay, I didn't forget, I was about to. So chain 2, close it off, chain 1, cut your yarn. If I was doing something bigger, I would continue with probably the white, but I'm doing, this is able to fit me. And how I do it is just turn it diagonally. Yeah, is it diagonally like this, like a diamond, and then put it around your boob. So from the center of your boob to the side of your boob, and see if it covers your boob well, because this is how the top is going to be, right? I already made my other ones, and the top is going to be like this. So these 2 at the bottom should be able to fit across your boobs. Okay, so just put one of the one that you're making, keep checking from the middle of your boob to the sideways in a diamond direction, and see if it covers your boob well. If it doesn't, then add another row. Okay, because I am not size extra small. My bust measurements is like 31. Okay, so I have all the 4. Do all the 4, and we are now going to join them. You could have more rows than me if your boobs are bigger, of course. So once you've measured on yourself and you're okay with that, make 4 and let's join. So to join, we'll join the first 2 like this from side to side. And since I'm in this stitch here, so I'll join the same stitch on the other side. And we are joining using the single crochet, and we are using the loops right in the inside loops. Okay, so I'm going to this loop here and the loop on the other side and make a single crochet. This loop here and the loop on the other side, the ones closest to each other on the inside, and make a single crochet. You can also join using a slip stitch, and there are other, I don't know, like 10 methods of joining. If you want something else, check on YouTube, type how to join granny square, and it'll give you very different methods of joining, and you can use any that you like. I just wanted to use the single crochet because I wanted how it protrudes and gives it that texture. Okay, so to the end, and then I'll come and join this. So I'm at the end, and in this chain space, since we have 2 chains, I will make 2 single crochets in there and then join the other pair. So hold these 2, go into this corner here and make single crochets. So I'll make 2 since I'm in the chain space, and then now work in the loops, in the back loops only, which are these 2 inside here with a single crochet. So I will join this until the end, and once I'm at the end, I'll cut it off, then come join the other way. Okay. Coming to the end, and I'm ending this in the chain space. So I'm gonna cut my yarn. I will weave that in later. So now we need to join, this is how it looks. So now we need to join this other side too, across like that. So reattach your yarn, and I'll do it in the corner. Single crochets in in the inside loops. So it's the same thing like we did. This is giving me a hard time because of this yarn here. Go all the way to the middle, I will see you there. So I'm in the middle, and for the middle side we are just going to go over the previous single crochets and then go into the next pair and make single crochet. So just continue to do that until you're at the end, and once you're at the end, do not cut your yarn because we are going to make single crochets around our work. Okay. So I'm at the end, and now I want to work single crochets all around our work. So you're going to chain one first of all, and then go into that chain space and make a single crochet, and go in now into every space, not every space but every stitch. Go into every stitch, make a single crochet in every stitch. This is where I had the weaving in. So into the chain spaces I will make 3 double crochets. And then go again into every chain, every stitch, go into every stitch with a single crochet, and into every chain 2 space I'm making 3 single crochets. Go all around until you're done. So I went all around and this is how it looks, and I'm back up here. So I am going to join this off with a slip stitch. So there goes a slip stitch, chain 1, cut off your work, and you are basically done. You weave in your ends, and then we make this the chain that makes the straps that we are used to tie the top around our neck and at the back. Okay, so, and this really looks pretty. I love the color combination. And I think I'm going to use more of this stitch in other projects because it's fun, it's quick, and I love it. Yeah, it's pretty. So we are going to make a very long chain that can go around our back. So you would do, if you want a small one like this, 1 string, but I want a bit of a big one, a thick one, so I'm going to use double strand, 2 strands, so that's a big thicker. So just make chains long enough to do the work at the back. All right, make your chain and I will see you once you're done. So I made a very long one. I think I got excited here and it is too long, definitely too long. I'll cut some of it once I have my top on. Okay, but you are supposed to put it at the top because we are wearing it like in a diamond shape, like looking like that. So, and then once you have it on, you pass it through the sides, and on the other side I passed it actually twice, there on the corner and also in between the 2 granny squares once I had it on for more security, or it looked better like that. So you can also do the same, but yeah, that will be up to you. So This looks like nothing because it's just a bit of strings and everything, but once you try it on, it really forms a very cute top. Good for the summer. Summer is here, it's getting hot, so I'm excited to wear this during the summer, and I hope you do too. So if you make the same kind of top, please share with me on my social media handles. It's AC Crochets on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and everywhere. So yeah, see you guys. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Let's make it to 190,000. See you in the next tutorial. Thank you so much. Please share the video to your friends and people that crochet. Yeah, maybe they could make the same. Don't be so selfish. Please support my channel. Bye.